Hey, Crystal Kanina here. I'm with Cinthia Kettering, one of my very good friends and also a very inspiring woman. She is everywhere all the time and has 4 children, but still manages to do it all, it seems like. So, Cinthia, can you tell me a little bit about your story, where you started?
Well, thank you for having me here today. Very exciting. So I moved here 3 years ago to in the Atlantic, and before that I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, for 22 years, Amish country, and before that I was raised and born in Guayaquil, Ecuador, South America, and I came here in the year 2000 because I met my husband. He went there for vacations, and I can tell you about my husband's story too because he was born there, but he is from
PA.
PA, yes, from the United States. And so I met him there, and we fell in love. We have been together, married for 24 years. We have 4 beautiful children, and when I met him, I was working in a company as a paralegal. I was going to law school, and you know, I was crazy in love, so we decided to move here, and we started from zero, like literal zero. Like, you know, I came here not knowing anybody. I didn't know English, but I still went to college because I wanted to get better at, you know, many different things, especially with the economy. I wanted to know more about how things work. And so after working in bank for several years, I became a loan processor, and then a loan underwriter. And then I opened my own mortgage brokerage.
So you worked on as an officer and an underwriter, gaining all that knowledge.
Yes.
And then you opened your own brokerage.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I did that in 2006. And then,
Tough time.
yep, so '06 was the best for me because it was like all the no income, no asset loans, like, oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I read a lot, and I love, you know, I love to be, you know, aware of everything happening around me, especially with economy. And I knew something was going to happen. So I said, with my husband, we were like, well, if this goes down, we go down, because my husband has a construction company and I was a mortgage broker. So if the loans disappear, then we will be broke. And we decided to do insurance.
Okay.
So I became an insurance brokerage, and
Okay.
didn't leave the mortgage broker. I just said, I want to do something different
So,
because,
hat number 3.
yep, because I still have all these clients that I was referring all the business to other insurance companies. I said I was going to keep it in-house. So I did that. And for a while, loans were like not existing. So I was just doing insurance. So that I was a scratch agency, which means you start from zero as well. And I didn't know insurance at all. So I just went, passed the test, and got appointed with different carriers. And I was an independent broker. And that happened in 2007. I sold my company in 2018, November 18. And I went from 0 clients to over 8,000 active clients. And my book of business was around $8 million, which is the premium of what I made. And so when I sold that, I kind of took some time off, but I also, people asked me to be a consultant, so I became a consultant in different industries. And I started consulting back in 2019.
Okay.
And I did it with insurance companies, with other industries. And at the same time, when the COVID happened, I said, well, I would like to continue learning. So I knew insurance, I knew finance, but I didn't know the stock market. I said, I have to know some, you know, I need to know that, just so I know. And I actually went and got my master's degree in financial planning. So I, you know, in 2022, I graduated. Yeah.
Wow.
And I did that online. And
Just 2 years ago.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a bachelor degree in law, an associate degree in banking, and a master's in financial planning.
Meanwhile, raising 4 boys.
Yes.
Who are amazing kids.
Great. They're very, very smart. And so doing all these things, I always got very involved in the community. In Pennsylvania and now here. So when I moved here, I didn't know anybody either. Like, we decided to move to Florida because of the weather, like really. Because Pennsylvania, Lancaster was amazing. It's amazing, beautiful community. I know so many people, but the cold didn't really.
Not for you.
No, no at all. And so it was hurting me for my health because I have rainouts. So it's when your fingers get blue with the cold. So I said, no, we gotta move.
Right.
And then when that happened, it was the best decision of my life. Not just because of the weather, also the people like you that I have met. And I think in 3 years I have made great connections. I am very involved in the community. I'm in the board for the Palm Bay Chamber. I'm in the board with Venture. I'm involved with the Spanish Chamber of Commerce, with the Melbourne Chamber as well, and ABWA, and I can continue listing everything.
How do you manage to balance it all? I mean, I'm a mom, I only have one, and work as well, and I find it challenging sometimes to like be present all the time or to show up, but you seem somehow to do it magically.
Very organized. I have time blocks about my time, so I know, I'm good with the schedule, so if I wake up at 6 a.m., do what I have to do with the kids, breakfast, prepare them, when I can't, I go to the gym, or sometimes I start working at 8. I do work full time, and I manage 6 companies in Philadelphia.
Just 6.
And besides I do lawns, and besides I'm involved in the community, and I'm doing the Space Coast Dancing with the Stars on June 1st as a volunteer, and raising funds for the basket brigades that helps kids in need.
Amazing. And you're a dancer as well. You teach Zumba.
Yes, I teach Latin dances. When I was in Ecuador, and how I met my husband is, besides having my job during the day as a paralegal, I had my own radio show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I met Paul, so that's another, I can say more about that. And when I moved to Lancaster, I was on the board for Radio Centro, which is a local community radio. And I also have my own show there, 2 shows in radio in Lancaster. And I also have a TV show in Lancaster, and I did TV in Ecuador. So in Lancaster, I did TV for 4 years and radio for 7 years.
Wow. So you have like your hand in every pot, it seems like. You're just so well-rounded, and you're so humble, and I love that about you.
The TV and the radio was a great way to connect with other, community leaders, and it was volunteer. Mm-hmm. And I used to teach dancing for many years in Ecuador, and then when I moved to United States in Pennsylvania, I said I wanted to continue with this as a hobby, so I did it at the LA Fitness, the YWCA, and other organizations. I did choreography for the school district of Lancaster as well, for middle schoolers, and I also used to teach Spanish at Harrisburg Area Community College. I have basically three jobs: a full-time job in the bank, because they did pay me for the Spanish classes, and they pay me for my Latin aerobics classes. And when I moved here, I wanted to save as much money so I can buy a house. And so I was working at the bank, and I also cleaned offices on the weekends for a year and a half. I said I didn't care. There's no job in it.
Here's where I'm feeling something I want to ask you. What's your big why? What's your drive? What keeps you like just hyper laser focused on succeeding and doing and getting involved? Like, what is it there that makes you feel that need to be doing all of this?
I would say the greater good, helping as many people I can, making a difference in somebody's life. I'm a good listener. I'm a connector. So if I know something, I'm gonna tell you how to, get there, how to help you.
Right.
For me, there is no competition with other persons in the same industry. I can help you. I can tell you, the good, the bad. I don't see you as competing with me. I want you to succeed as much. And you said, yes, I like to be humble. I'm very whatever you need, I will do for you, even if I just met you. Mm-hmm. And if I see somebody has bad intentions, I'm just get out. You know, I don't fight. I don't just.
It's not for me.
Get in my way. Yep. Very, you know, I'm very diplomat, and so yes, I wanna make sure that I made a difference in somebody's life, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And my big goal in life is, you know, just have as many happy moments I can, because I know happiness doesn't exist, but you know, happy moments they do.
Right.
And
life is short. And
yes.
You definitely take full reign on
Oh
life.
yeah, I live every day like it's the last one.
Yep.
Yeah. I love to travel. I love to going out for dinner, have my good wine. I have been in 62 countries.
62.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
62 countries, and every year I pick a different one or two that I haven't been, and I usually travel with my family. And I wrote a book. I'm a published author, and I'm writing my second book. I don't know how long it's going to take until I finish that one, because that's mostly kind of a bio.
Okay.
With some...
The never-ending story.
Yeah, like some fiction
growing.
too. Yes. And the first book was poetry in Spanish, so I cannot translate it because it's very specific format. But I can write one in English someday. I love writing. And but yeah, so that's like my big inspiration, just helping others. And I do have a lot of energy. I don't even know sometimes, like you know, because I'm like non-stop. And I do try to sleep my 6 hours a day, and I do my exercise. I eat healthy, and very, you know, I like, for me, health, you know, helping people is very important. And yeah, so that's, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the Space Coast event that's coming up. I'm super excited for you. She is going to be raising funds for some specific charities. And I'm going to be there in support, and a lot of the people we know, and we can't wait to see you dance.
Well, yes, that so I went there with you actually to one of the dances they had 2 years ago, and I love it. And I said, oh, I would love to be there someday, because I can dance. I can do that, and if I can help an organization, because 100% of the proceeds goes to them. And it's just an amazing thing the sheriff department is doing for the community, helping funds for, you know, for organizations, and every year they're different. So I think it's a great thing they do, and I would love to be part of it.
Absolutely. What are the charities that you selected to support?
Basket Brigades, Best Buddies. And Space Coast Basket Brigades.
Okay. What's the second one?
It's the same. Okay. It's called the Space Coast Basket Brigades - Best Buddies.
Okay.
So they do food baskets for Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and they give them to the families in need. That has kids, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Which you can relate to, having 4 of your own.
Exactly. And I did a lot of that with kids in Lancaster with nonprofits. Like senior citizens and kids are my passion. Like, I love helping them with anything I can do. And then pets.
And then pets.
You know, like, yes, if I wouldn't need to work, I would be helping, you know, those 3
categories.
Yep, definitely.
Cinthia is so super inspiring for me. I can't keep up with her, but you know, every time I get together with you, I always feel like charged. I always feel positive. I always feel like I have someone that's true and honest and supportive, and also majorly inspiring to me for all you've accomplished.
Thanks. And so yes, if you want to see what services I do as a consultant, I do have my website and my company is CMK Global Consulting.
Okay.
And it's global because I do work sometimes for other people in other countries. Because you know, now online is, I love, you can do everything on Zoom or online. And yes, and if I do business coaching too with Venture as a volunteer. And so if, you know, some people just call me and say, hey, I have this idea, I just want your opinion, and I love to help with that.
That's amazing. And she's a fantastic loan officer. So if you're looking for a home to buy or sell, you can work with us and we can help you with both parts.
Yes. She's a wonderful realtor too.
And thank you for all of your support in my business.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me here. It has been a great honor, and I can't wait for more things to come. And I love this community. I think it's growing, you know, so fast, and I'm happy to be here growing with, you know, at the same pace.
Yes, and I can't wait till you're done with your house and you'll be my neighbor.
Yay, yes. I'm building, my husband is a builder, and you see more of that when that's completed, so you can see what he does.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today to watch this amazing time I had with Cinthia, and there is much more to come.
Thank you.